again, like we do every evening, Mondays to Friday, trying to deliberate about how to bring about a new Nigeria. It is the New Nigeria Youth Movement, and our goal is to look beyond SARS, look beyond the end SARS movement, look towards creating strategies, getting the youth involved en masse from every classification of youth that you could hear. The enlightened, the educated, the uneducated, the ones in Nigeria, the ones in diaspora. Every Nigerian should be involved in making Nigeria better. And so the conversations we have on Instagram, the conversations we have on Facebook, the conversations we have in the beer parlors with our friends should always move towards how can we make this country better? What are you doing to make Nigeria better? What are you doing to better the lot of your own children? Because you know that this is our legacy. This is the country we're born into, and we're going to leave this country for our children. So if you've been following the conversation for a while, I'm sure that you are aware of what we're doing here. And if this is the first time joining us, welcome. This platform is not a political movement. This platform is driven to gain awareness, to gain your awareness and your buy-in. You need to take responsibility and take ownership of our fight for a new Nigeria, our strive for a new Nigeria, and our goals for a new Nigeria. So the conversation has gone around, we've spoken concerning many things, but today I just went to Twitter, and as we all know, what's trending is what happened in America. What's happening in America, the elections. It just makes us consider what our topic is for today. And today our topic, see from the chat, our topic is about the third force. Is the third force realistic Nigeria, and how? So many times you hear that the APC is being created with people you don't trust. You hear PDP is not a good party, they've been for many years, what did they do? So the next line of action people always come up with, let us join the conversation, let us create our own party. No, we're going to create a third force, let's leave all these old politicians behind and let's focus on young people, so we had the Young People's Party. There have been many parties that seem to be like, we are not conforming with the norm. We're not conforming with the popular votes. We're not going to join the political party. They are corrupt people. We don't want to be corrupted by the corruption in the environment. And so the conversation of the third force is the conversation we are about to have today. Do you think, and I want to welcome everybody's contribution. I know I have many people in the house that are part of the inner circle, and we have many of you that have registered. If you're registered, if you are a registered member of the New Nigerian Movement, please put it in the chat right now on every platform you're watching us from. Are you a registered member of the New Nigeria Youth Movement? Do you believe in New Nigeria is possible? If you do, type yes, in New Nigeria is possible right now. Just type yes, in New Nigeria is possible. Yes, I believe in a new Nigeria. Type it right now. I want to read your comments. Yes, I believe in a new Nigeria. Yes, a new Nigeria is possible. And if you are a registered member, if you've already volunteered, you fill the form, put it there that I'm registered. Thank you, Ozima. Thank you, PBC, Shola. Thank you, Oduayo. Yes, a new Nigeria is possible. Yes, you're registered. I want to know how many of you are registered, because it's easy for us to talk. We've been doing this for like 3 weeks now, almost 2 weeks now. But we need to put actions to our words. And so the first action I want you to do is type, yes, I believe a new Nigeria is possible. And the next action is, have you registered? Have you registered? Have you registered? Have you joined this movement towards birthing a new Nigeria? Are you willing to put in your time, put in your efforts, put in your sweat? Because it's not going to be easy, You've chosen a groom, you've not gotten a confirmation. Hold on, we're working on it. Hold on, we're working on it. And I really, really want all of you watching me right now, go onto your Facebook page and create a watch party. Let's get more people in, speaking on how expensive food is. Tomatoes are expensive, onions are expensive, so the goal is, if you want a new Nigeria, you need to take the bull by the horn and take that move, register yourself into this movement. Like I said in the beginning, this is not a political party. It's not a political party, it's a platform. And the goal of this platform is to get young people involved in the decision-making of Nigeria, is to get young people being involved in casting their elections, taking political positions, and we need to do more. We need to do more. We need to do more. So remember, my topic for today is to talk about the third force. Do you believe in the third force? Do you think that that young Nigerians need to create a third party? Do you think we need to leave the establishment alone and set up our own party and talk about our own thing? Should we ignore APC and PDP and say we would all put all our votes to support this new party? How do we even get the concession on a new party? How do we agree to a new party? How do we decide on who the candidates will be? How do we fund a new party, knowing how expensive elections are in Nigeria? These are the questions we're going to address today. So if you have anything to say about it, start preparing your thoughts, put your thoughts together. Put your thoughts together on these topics, because this is what we want to discuss today. But I want to see more people that have registered. If you've registered, please put it in your registered. And more importantly, I want you to share the link. Let's have more people in this Zoom. I want to hear contributions from more people. I will be doing less talking today and listening more, giving you a voice and giving you a platform to share your wisdom so that all of us can learn from it. What we're doing is for posterity. Thankfully, this is on the World Wide Web, which means that everybody, 10 years time, they can bring out this video and said, Tope Mark Odige did something. Adesina Oyeyi did something. Hamed Akode did something. They can say that Ozioma did something. Samuel Dada did something. They can say Jacinta, you did something. Mohammed did something. They can say Piriye did something, because the truth is, everything you contribute today is going to be left in posterity, and the world will see it. They would know that you lend your voice, you gave the wisdom you have, and you shared what you knew with the world positively. Once again, I am TMO, Tope Mark Odige. For this, I'm usually called TMO, so let's just stick with TMO going forward. Here is what I want you to do. Please, pretty please, share the link and let them know they can join this conversation. Your friends can join this conversation, and people can connect with us. They can connect with us. So I'm going to once again, for those that are joining us for the first time, if you've never been in any of this social media interactions, if you've never been in any of our social media interaction, I want you to please mute yourself. I'm going to just run through our vision and our mission. And once I'm done, I'll start taking contributions towards the theme of the day, which is, do we need third force in Nigeria? Or should we integrate into the social media? Should we integrate into the already existing structure online? So I know many of you have registered. If you haven't registered, please, 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 I would appreciate if you all register. If you check inside the comments, you would see the link on how to register. The link is right there on Facebook, right there inside Zoom. And we want you to be a registered member. We want you to carry the vision. We want you to push it. We want you to stand with us, and help us to birth a new Nigeria, because we all must do this together. We all must be responsible for this new country. And in case you don't know, we have a website up and running, almost done, actually. Our website is almost done. And there are many WhatsApp groups you can join where the conversation will be ongoing. I'm trying to find the vision and mission. So let me just share a few of the things we're doing. One of the things we want to do is to create a campaign to increase voters getting their PVC. Another thing we intend to do is to create grassroots engagement. So when you join us, you're joining a team that is structured to ensure that we build and give a structure that would leave us and a better future for our children. So the vision of the team, the mission of the team, all of that is to ensure that regardless of any political party, regardless of who you are, where you come from, we have a Nigeria we can be proud of. We have a Nigeria that does not discriminate, that does not kill its young one. A Nigeria where freedom of speech is respected across all zones, the north, the south, the east, the west. Everybody is recognized and welcome. And that is one of the things we really, 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 really need to achieve. So if you're just joining us, like I said, please share, and share the link. Share and share the link, share and share the link, share and share the link. Remember, our topic for today, do we need a third force? Do we need a third force? The reason for this is because if you've been monitoring the American election, please put it in the comments. I don't know how many of you have been following the American election. Put it in the comments if you've been following the US election. If you've been following the US election, put it in the comments. I want to hear from you. Are you following the US election? Are you following the US election? Yes. Interesting. Some of you have been following it. I had to stop for a while. I had to stop for a while because I wanted sanity. You know, I was swinging between watching Fox, watching Sky, watching Al Jazeera. I would watch CNN. I'm like, I'll watch BBC. Let me get all the different perspectives to know what's going on there, because we need to be informed and we need to expand what we're looking at. It's not just about Nigeria. Nigeria is a chess game, a bigger chess game worldwide, you know. So I think I found the vision. Yes. So this is a new Nigeria powered by the youth. And that's what we're working towards. We have people from all walks of life joining us, young people, because it's youth and we're the future. At the core of what we represent is giving people a voice and allowing people to express themselves. Thank you for switching on your video, Adedoye. I just saw you pop up now. I want to see more people's faces. Guys, please stop hiding. Phoebe Salam Mustafa. I see you smiling. Thank you for joining. Totally happy to have you join. Let me see your faces. Is Felix going to show me his face? Felix, show me your face. All right, so our vision is to build a new desirable Nigeria that works. A new and desirable Nigeria that works. A Nigeria we can all be proud of. That's the vision of this entire movement. Our mission is to positively and actively engage and include Nigerian youth, stakeholders of the nation, politics, and other sector of the nation. So that's what we do here on Zoom, on Facebook. These conversations we have every evening is to engage all of us so that we're on the same page. We don't say, what are we fighting for? Every one of you know what we're fighting for. We want people not to. We want access to good education in Nigeria. I don't want it to be that because he's born in Ijebu means that they will not get the best education because they're not in Lagos, or because somebody is born in Kafancha means that they will end up being a minor. Let everybody across Nigeria, wherever they are, have access to good education, be able to work their way into being comfortable, have access to good healthcare, have access to power when they need it. A new Nigeria that we can be proud of, so that we can hold our green passports and be comfortable. We want security. We want to be able to walk on the street and we want to hold our iPhone and police will not stop us on the road. We want to carry our dreadlocks and police will not stop us on the road. We don't want profiling. We want to be protected. We don't want something that will be extorting us. We want a government that would work for us, a government that will protect us. Emmanuel, welcome. I can see that you have switched on your camera, but I cannot see your face yet. We want a police that would work for us. And so for me, These are the goals. And if you have more to share, please share. What is your dream for a new Nigeria? Put it in the comments, put it in the chat room, put it on Facebook, put it on social media. Let your voice be heard. That is what this platform is about. So that at any point in time, you can drop a video to say, I did not remain silent. Even when they shut out protesters from being on the road, we found a smarter, more strategic way to let our voices be heard, speak truth to power, and build a new nation. I believe in a new Nigeria. Like I said, if you do, put it in the comments. So what are our core values? Our core values are non-violence. We want to promote peace in all our initiatives. The New Nigeria Youth Movement is non-violent. We promote peace in all our initiatives, and we believe in being lawful and abiding citizens of Nigeria. Another of our core values is education. We believe that education is one of the pillars to liberating people from poverty. This includes both formal and experiential engagements for enlightenment. We believe in entrepreneurship. We believe that being a business owner is key to the success of every nation. We believe in diversity. We believe in one Nigeria where diversity is a strength. We need a Nigeria where there's no negative bias by religion, tribe, or ethnicity. So we welcome everybody into this platform from wherever you are. From all the 774 local governments in Nigeria, you're welcome because we are all in this together. We believe in improve, work to bring the necessary change that are needed to reform and transform Nigeria. We believe in integrity. We believe a nation where character and transparency are needed in order to hold those leaders in the nation accountable. And we believe in excellence. We believe putting our best and most performing foot forward. We work towards an organization, an organized nation, where even ordinary things to be done in an extraordinary way. So I'm hearing you, we want a nation where we won't be intimidated or harassed for speaking the truth. Yes, thank you so much, I love that. I really, really love that. We don't want to be intimidated for speaking the truth. We don't want a social media bill that's going to gag us. We want to be allowed to express ourselves as long as we're saying the truth. Remember, we must qualify because where your right ends is where another person begins. So every law must have freedom in itself when excessive is wrong, can be abused. So we shouldn't be gagged when we're saying the truth. That's what we want. So guys, do you believe in a third force? Have you been studying the US elections? I don't know. It looks like it's just between Trump and Biden, and there was no third person. Here's my question to you. Let this conversation. Do you believe that Nigeria needs a new party that is purely for the youth to involve them in to bring people into government? Raise your hands up and I would allow. Let me listen to you first before giving you my opinion. Actually, in the meantime, let me check what's going on with the US election. I'm on Twitter. Are you ready? Chat. Let me see what you're saying. Yes, we need provision. We need monthly provision for lower class. We want a nation where we won't be intimidated or harassed for speaking the truth. We need a new party purely for youth. We need security too. All right, let's join the conversation. All right, Mustafa, you're ready to join the conversation. Where are you? Are you here? I want to hear from Phoebe Isola. You raised your hands up. Do you want to contribute to the conversation? All right. I've asked Phoebe, we want a nation, education, constant light and good road. If you're talking, you need to switch your camera, we need to see your face. Godwin, I will need to meet you.
Mama be not going to see it. You want to be daddy. Don't fumble. And die. On the ground, 5 0. I'll be 5 0.
Okay, and please, I have a contribution. Should I go on?
Yes, please.
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Can you hear me? This is Phoebe Ishola.
Okay, so Phoebe Ishola goes first.
Oh, okay. Good evening, everyone. Is
Can
glad
we see your face?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Can you see me now? Good evening, everyone.
Okay.
It's good to be back. Hello, everyone. Hello, Tokwe of Your View. You know, Your View is a daily tonic for me, and I can't wait to meet you, Nima and Morayo. Take it from me. From the day I meet you, it's Gombodio. Thank you so much for doing a good job. Yeah, take it from me. Gombodio, from the day I meet you. Okay, so the discussion of today is a new Nigeria possible? Is a third force possible? I will want to emphasize and loud it as much as I can that it is very, 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 raised to 70 million possible. Permit me to be sarcastic. Oh, possible, baje, baje. If we are going to look at the present political structure, it's public knowledge, so I'm going to name names. It is between the PDP and the APC. See, what plan do they have? What structure do they have? The claimed structure cannot even identify a particular niche. I believe that the movement we have put together with the ideas that have been running, I've been part of this movement since October 23, the day Dr. Stephen opened. And we've shared a lot of beautiful ideas. And talking the answer to if it is possible, you have just mentioned it in your statement today. You do your part, I do my part. Look at my face. I have only had 4 to 6 hours sleep from the day I gave my commitment to build a database. You would not believe what I've been able to do in 3 days. I am restless. I can't sleep. I am trying to lend my voice with what I know how to do. If all of us can be that angry to say, because it's okay to come and say, oh, a new Nigeria is possible. But believe you me, it's not going to happen by mouth. Let me say this statement. If you fail to plan, you are planned to fail. The only reason I see us fail is if we fail to plan. We have beautiful ideas. Don't let just come every day and say, oh, this is possible. What are you doing? I have made up my mind between now and the 2023 elections. I am going to give the new Nigerian movement 3 hours of my day after developing what I'm doing every day to make sure that I add and I impact in what I'm. So let everybody just pick up and be angry and start planning. Because if we have a plan, if we have tools, we can reach anybody. By the time I'm doing my presentation to the House, you will understand that it's easy to really help anybody find their polling unit. Give me now your, all I need is your VIN number. I will give you your senatorial district, your constituency, your everything, your collation, to your collation center. I will give you address. And that is what we are bringing to the table. That from the dot of our system, we can have hand-on information that can make us contribute, and some people do not even know where their polling unit is. We'll put map here and direct you. You don't have money, we'll mobilize you to go there. So if everybody continues to do their part every day, in Nigeria, all possible, pa. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for what you're doing. I love your passion. And I think that it's shared across many people here. Many people that have been in this Zoom right now, they've been here consistently since this entire movement started. And we must keep the tempo up. We must do our own part. We must contribute in the quarter we have to ensure that we help build a better Nigeria. And thanks for the work you're doing with database. So, Ozioma wanted to contribute to the conversation concerning if we need a third force. Do we need a third force? Do we need a new party? Do you think that's what we need?
Oh, sorry. Yes, of course we need. Okay, sorry. Hello, everyone. My name is Ozioma. Let me officially introduce myself. Ever since I joined this party, I've been I'm really amazed at the work we can do. You understand? The problem is that we are not given the opportunity.
Yeah,
I think we are given the opportunity, we would have gone extra mile. So first of all, let me start with number one. I don't think we need too many people, because when there are too many people now, there will be opposers. Do you understand? It's easier for you to hold a small crowd than for you to hold a large people. What I'm trying to say is that I'm not saying you shouldn't share, you shouldn't invite, you shouldn't, but normally when the crowd is too much, it's difficult for you to hold a lot of people. I don't know if I'm communicating. So we need people that share in the same value, in the same idea, you understand? In our core values, that's what we need. We don't just need, please, have you heard of New Youth, NNYM? Have you heard of join, and then we start having opposers and we start having, you understand, negativity. So we need people that their value aligns with ours. Does that make sense? And then...
It makes sense, but, let me just ask you this question. When you say we don't need plenty people, when we're talking about the elections, we're talking about changing the face of, changing the leadership structure in Nigeria long term. We want to influence. Influence starts from the National Assembly. It starts with senators. We have to have hundreds of senators to be able to sway the vote, because even if you win presidency, but your Senate is fighting you, you cannot pass any law for the progress.
We need people with the same. What I'm trying to say is, what I'm trying to drive at is that we need people with the same passion and the same burning desire as that of ours. Do you understand?
Okay.
We don't just need people that will just say, "Hey, this NYM join." I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. We need people that have the same value, that foresees. You understand? The passion in us.
So do you think that people should join the PDP and APC currently? Or do you agree that there should be a third force?
There should be a third force. We need a new party because we want our voice to be heard. The problem is that we youth are not given the opportunity to. We need to create a new party just for the youth. We need also to devise this new strategy, not just creating it, a new strategy on how we can implement decision forces, because these politicians, there's nothing like godfatherism in any of these things. We need, because the problem is not just about politics or politicians, it's about new leadership. New leadership that can bet a new country. That's what we need. We're not talking about a politician, APC, this one party. No, we want to enforce the fundamentals in the country. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we need to create a new strategy, a new way for us to organize ourselves, strategy and idea. At this point in time, funds is not the most important thing. Everything all starts with an idea. And when you have an idea, I think funds can come later.
Okay. Thank you so much. I love that. I love your perspective. I'm a bit still concerned about, two people have spoken now and they are in support of a third party. But, in Nigeria, we already have a lot of parties and we still don't see, they are barely them, really barely there. Even APGA, barely there. Even AD, SDP, all of them are there, barely there. So I want to give me suggestions on how a third force, and I'm going to open it up to more people. Raise your hands if you want to contribute to the conversation. How can the third force be effective and impactful? How can a different party come into the scene and properly fight the establishment to break the back and become a powerful force?
Creating awareness.
So siren.
Yeah.
Creating awareness, yeah. That's one of the things we're doing here.
You hear me from? You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, and good evening from here. So sorry, you can't see my face right now. Just like you said, the third verse is very important. But there are salient issues that are affecting our country, starting from the issues of tribalism, ethnocentrism, and godfatherism. I want you to understand that if we, the youths, can actually adopt the third party force, that means we must forego certain things. And that has to do with tribalism. The Yoruba will think that they are the one in good position to lead. The Igbos will think that it is our turn to. If we can actually forget our individual differences and talk about our common hopes and interests, I think we will have a long way to go. Just like you said, we already have proliferation of parties. There are so many parties there if you can check the INEC website. So party issue is not our problem. It is all about the individuals in question. So the third party force, if it can only be effective, first, the individuals involved, how ready are they to pick people who will represent them based on competence, rather than he is from Yoruba, he will not lead us, he's from Igbo, president and all that. If they can actually think about that, believe me, we'll have a long way to go, because we're going to have people who are qualified, more experienced and competent, youths who are ready to serve the nation selflessly in various positions without minding, I'm from Yoruba, I'm from Igbo, I'm from Ijo, I'm from Niger Delta and all that. If you can actually understand that Nigeria is our country and its betterment lies on us, definitely we'll have a long way to go. And if we cannot get it right now, if we can't get it right, the upcoming generation, believe you me, they are more formidable than us. If we don't do something now, they will overthrow us. And it's going to be very, very disastrous, because by the time we are clamoring to take over the leadership, it will be a total revolution, and we may end up getting nothing at all in this dispensation before we get old and die. So if we must get it right now, we must start earlier by asking ourselves, how selfless am I? How tribalist am I in this particular situation? Thank you. That's all I have to say.
Thank you so much. Let me just say this. That's why I took out my time before we went to the conversation to let you understand. And that's not just for you, but for every other person joining us across all the different platforms. One of the things I wanted you all to understand is that the goal of the New Nigerian Youth Movement is the accountability. We're not speaking for one person, we're not speaking for two people. Our specific diversity across religion. We believe we need a Nigeria where there's no negative bias based on religion, tribe, and ethnicity. That's our core value here in this platform. And that is the message we want to educate people on. We want to spread this knowledge that, see, the person, you don't have good roads in your area, you don't have drugs in your hospital. It's not because of somebody in the north that you don't have it in Calabar or you don't have it in Ikotekpele. The reason you don't have drugs in your hospital in Ikotekpele is not because of the president. It's your governor, your local government, your state chairman, your council chairman. It is not some foreigner of a different tribe or a different tribe or a different ethnicity. We are all in this together. I want to just give this information as it is. Earlier this year, we had almost 100 political parties. Right now, INEC has 18 registered parties. In February 2020, registered 75 political parties. Now, the reason INEC deregisters is because these parties are registered in the first place, but they are unable to get enough people voted into any political office. If you cannot have anyone voted into political office, you will get deregistered. So they are breaching regulations, and they did not satisfy the requirement of the 4th alteration of the Constitution. So please, I need everybody muted. Who is co-hosting with me? I need you to help me mute everybody. If I've not called you to have a conversation, please be muted. If I've not called you to have a conversation, please be muted. If I call you up, then you can join the conversation. If you want to talk, please raise your hands up. Thank you. So the condition for political parties to remain active in Nigeria, it means that you must have at least 25% of votes cast in one state of the federation. 75 parties did not even get 25% in any state, so they were deregistered. So now we have just 18 political parties. Emmanuel Oche, I'd like to hear what you have to say concerning this. Emmanuel, I'm going to mute you and allow you join the conversation. Okay, you're already unmuted, so please go ahead, Emmanuel. Emmanuel.
I want to say thank you to everybody on the platform. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I want to support the fact that we need not necessarily a new political party, as much as we need to be vocal in government. We need to be able to lay our claims. What we need is to develop a white paper. We need to develop a white paper of all the things that we want, all the things that our values. We need to write down. We need to bring up a draft so that all the top leaders around the world and back at home will be able to review these things, and we all agree as to the content of the white paper. Like you said, it has to have diversity. Everybody must be included from the 6 geopolitical region of Nigeria. Yeah, but yes, of course, people with the same passion, people with the same vision. The house divided against itself will not be able to stand. So we need people. Obviously, that the struggle, the pain, the frustration, the bad governance, the bad situation in Nigeria obviously have brought a lot of people together. So that already is a plus. There are people from the northern Nigeria, people from the south, people from the southwest, and the southeast, the middle belt, and the FCT. There are people that are already together on these because of the frustration, the pain, the bad governance. So we already have a huge amount of Nigerian people who are willing to come together, irrespective of their ethnicities. So we need to develop a white paper that will contain all the details, every nitty-gritty of what we intend to have, what we're looking at on this platform. Then I'm thinking that instead of creating a new political party, because the reason why all the other new parties didn't succeed is because they don't have the support of Nigerians, majority of Nigerians. So that's why we only have PDP and APC. So we don't want to be in PDP. I don't think we're going to have a voice in PDP. I don't think we're also going to have a voice in APC. I'm just saying my peace of mind. But we can lobby around all the other parties. We saw a lot of young political presidential aspirants in the last presidential election, where we have people like Femi, we have people like Kingsley, and then we have Sowore and the rest of the likes of them. There's a lot of them. They're different people, and there are new people as well. We need to lobby around all of them because we all need to come together. Because some of these people, from the conversation I saw during the last presidential election, I saw that they were very intelligent people. More intelligent than Atiku and the so-called Buhari, whatever, that that didn't show up on the debate and all of that. So we can lobby around all the intellectuals. Okay, now take note of this. We are not saying that these people are going to be the president, or they're going to be the vice president, or they're going to be in whatever seat. We're yet to determine who the people that will represent our interests. We're going to look at how do they fit into all the things that we're writing down on our white paper that we're going to present, because we want to develop a formidable alliance that can stand ground with APC and stand ground as well with PDP.
So you're a proponent of having a third force,
but not necessarily.
Even though you know what happened the last time. You know, they tried to have like a coalition that fell through. They were trying to have a coalition of different political parties, and it didn't work out. They did not agree. People actually walked out after they agreed that they were going to stand behind one candidate, and everybody fell.
Yeah. Okay. Now with that is what our white paper will address. We need to develop that as a matter of urgency. We need to develop a white paper, which, if anybody wants us to include them in this movement, because this movement is going to grow, we're going to have close to maybe 100 million Nigerians sign up for this movement. And when we're going for election, we are going to vote en masse for one person that we believe in, that we have actually scrutinized and checked properly, and see that they suit the narrative of the new Nigeria. So basically,
let me bring in Tracy.
Yes. So and what stops us from before people qualify to be in any position, what stops us from setting some form of intellectual examination for them to pass and see? You need to see. Yeah.
Do you believe it's intellectual? We need intellectual, or we should have the parameters of integrity? Is it about intellect?
All of that can be tested. All of that can be tested.
This is really bad. Please, you are in a meeting. Keep yourself muted. Please keep yourself muted. It's very, very important. Out of respect for every other person taking our time to be here. Sorry, that's rowdiness interrupted the conversation. So, I asked Tracy to unmute before. Please, before we have your conversation, we need you to open your video so we can hear from you.
Okay.
Go ahead, please. Do you believe that we should have a third force, and how do you think we can work it out?
So, hi guys. I'm a huge proponent for the third force, and even though this is my first time of joining the conversation because I've been pretty busy, I've been hands on ground actively. So whether it be protest, they call me a serial protester because I'm always on the road leading protests. I've worked in government, I've worked in the private sector, so there's a knowledge that comes with being able to try out these sectors and understanding their failures so that you don't have to toe the same way and make the same mistake. So last time there was a coalition that fell apart. This is because it looks like we don't have to have one party. All the young people do not have to join one party. What we, like the last speaker said, he talked about, doing a white paper. I mean, that's great, but strategy and structure goes beyond white paper. We need to understand what are our ground rules. So we want a young person in power, whether it comes from this party or another party, as long as it's the young person that is coming back, as long as the young person with the criteria that we've agreed on, then yes. So we need to know that it's not just one party, let's just flood one party. No, some people might disagree in their different things they want to compromise in, but then we need to have a nitty-gritty. So the nitty-gritty might be that the person must be a young person that is intelligent. And then it is also important to understand to represent the people. Leadership is ability to represent.
Okay.
In my years of learning how
Okay.
to write policy and policy advocacy and working with grassroots engagement, I have understood that the person who necessarily is more very, very intellectual, who has more knowledge, well-read, more exposed, might not necessarily understand how to represent the best interests of the people who have handed over their mandate to him or her to go there and represent them. So yes, intellectual capacity is very important, with the ability to understand issues and how to weigh in. But representation is more than intellectual capacity and sagacity. So I'm a proponent for the third first, but we need to go about
Okay,
it.
so I this is the second time. I'm trying to hear you, Tracy, but this is the second time I'm hearing somebody highlight intelligence, intellectual capacity.
Yes.
So intellectual capacity, well as making sure that we have diversity covered is key for you. Okay.
Yeah. So
you don't mind third first. You think that third first is just one option.
Intellectual capacity is very key for me, my darling, because in the advisory level, now it is important that we know that we are going against a set of people who have been experienced at what they do, at fraudulently stealing, cheating, and rigging votes. They've experienced at it. They've had years of hard work in, doing this. So we can't just go at them and say, oh, we are young people. Oh, we have the momentum. No, we won't do that. What we need to do is to go back to our table and craft out the resources we need, the people, the elderly people that we need in the places we need them, people who also have this experience. We need them in our corner. So these are the people who have that intellectual sagacity and capacity to be able to understand the rhetoric.
Relate with the old and still be a young person that can relate with the old, right? Thank you so much, Tracy. We've learned a lot from your perspective. I'm going to open up for Dr. Babatokpe Oluwakorede to join the conversation. I've asked Dr. Babatokpe to unmute. Thank you, Tracy. One of the things I keep hearing is that there's a need for third force. Apparently, everybody is saying there's a need for third force. So if we are seeing the need for third force, how come we've not had any substantial votes sway towards a different party apart from APC and PDP and these established political structures? What can we do better? Dr. Babatokpe, go ahead, please.
Yeah, good evening, presenter. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, I'm among in the previous meeting, I'm actually among the part of the people that also said that we should not rule out the possibility of having a political party. But, in life, they usually say that Rome was not built in a day. If you have to do anything in this life, you have to start gradually. There's a popular saying that if you fail to plan, you actually plan to fail. And if you look at it, the way Nigeria is structured, you will know that it will be a bit very difficult to actually cover it everywhere before the next 2 years. Well, I don't know, maybe most of us are in Lagos. They might be looking at it that most people in Lagos are actually, they listen to news, they can easily communicate with them, they have internet and everything. For some of us that actually have lived outside Lagos and we've had the opportunity to go to some rural setting, like places like Ikom, Ogoja, Obudu, and some other places in Cross River, you will discover that things are not as easy as we think. There are a lot of people there that they could actually, they don't even have a phone, talk less of having internet access. It is not everybody that have access to internet. It's not everybody that actually have a phone. To me, I believe in thought force, but everything should come at the appropriate time. And then what I've also noticed about youth in Nigeria is that the level of agreement, youth have find it difficult agreeing in some certain things. As I speak to you now, I remember some platform of doctors which I belong to. Some are already forming a platform. Some already form a political party, while some are in the process of forming. So if you're now talking about third force, are we talking about everybody going to form their own political party? That is the mistake that was made in the past. And we should not fall into that same mistakes. It will be difficult to agree for now because
we shouldn't repeat the same thing.
Yeah, the major issue here now will be trust. How can I trust somebody else that I've not even seen, that has not even done anything in his local government, thoughtless of doing anything in his state as a whole, and now we're not talking about the person becoming senator or becoming the president. At the end of the day, you will discover that even if you give that kind of person a platform or a chance, before anything, the person can even leave the party and they come to another place after using your party. The truth there is that among the youth, we have a lot of ambitious youth and that are actually ready to use other people to climb. Some of us might actually have the mind to do things selflessly without even thinking of maybe doing anything negative, but it is not everybody that is like that. So my own humble suggestion would be that we should just do something to make our impact felt. We should do something to make our voice heard. Let
so
people know that.
Doctor, I want us to be specific because we know people are going to watch this recording after.
I am not.
So are you towards 2023? What would you advise? Okay.
I won't advise a party for 2023. I won't advise a party for 2023. Rather, let us spend time. We can project 6 years from now. We can then now use that one to work on structure, make structures across the country, build people up. Then we can then now give it a shot. But 2023 is so close for us to say that we are actually going to have a party and we expect any impact to be made. We may not really have any good impact on people if we do that in 2023. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I have 2 other hands raised. This is my first time hearing someone that is not so Oluwatosin. I want to let you unmute yourself now. Oluwatosin. Can you unmute yourself, Oluwatosin, or do I need to permit that?
Good evening, everyone.
All right.
Good evening.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. So, my name is Oluwatosin Aberagba. My own contribution to this, is, I think the basic thing we need to do is to create awareness. Actually, if we should look at it in this part, not everybody are on the internet. There are some areas that even though there are not even internet connection over there. So we need to maybe we should find a way to create awareness so as to make people be informed on this movement. We can do it by having representative in each state and even local government. We can do by maybe doing flyers, and also concerning the issue of creating a political party. I think that it's a very good idea because we can't say now we should have a candidate to run for a post, maybe for presidency, governor, or any other post. Joining the existing party, especially the PDP and the APC, is not a good idea because they have their own ideology. So we want to impart their ideology to our own candidate. So having our own political party, I think, is best. And the way we can create awareness to make people, to create awareness for people to know this political party, we can start by doing some little projects in villages or in towns and everywhere, so that people can actually know that a party is existing and at least they have something doing. When choosing a candidate, we should choose those ones that are intellectually sound, and also their integrity. They should be able to have good integrity. So I think that's my own suggestion.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me hear from Felix. Felix, please, let's say what you have to say concerning the third force. Should we be consolidating towards another third force to effectively. And when I say we, I mean Nigeria. Should Nigerians consolidate a third force? Nigerian youth consolidate a third force to fight APC and PDP? Or should they just infiltrate the party system and bid their time and wait, like somebody else suggested, till the next 6 years? What do you want to say? Felix, you have the floor.
Okay. Hi, thank you.
Nigeria will end. You people should stop with this. You're talking about ending Nigeria. You people talking about
I didn't get that. We didn't say anything about ending Nigeria. We said we want to rebuild Nigeria. Our focus is a new Nigeria that we will be proud of. A country that will be able to hold our passports proudly, a Nigeria that works. So if you want to join the conversation to guide us in terms of suggest your own opinion, please raise your hands.
Please, sorry, can I say something, please? Is it possible?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, regarding that 6 years, you understand, we have to start now. Even if we start now and then by 2023 we contest and we lose, at least we have created awareness. We try again in the next coming year. I think that'll be 2027 or the next election year. By that time, we've created awareness. By that time, we've made impact. Just as the other person said, that we should start little projects. Yes, we can start little projects to start building our confidence, to start creating awareness, to start knowing, like letting people know what we are for, what we intend to do, our project, our vision, and our core values. I think that's what I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. There's another person that had raised his hand, but I cannot see.
I have something to say.
Can't see. Engineer, go ahead, please.
My name is Williams.
Oh, okay. We have
Hello?
Engineer Himere also. So after Williams, we'll take Engineer Victor.
Okay,
ahead,
good evening.
Please.
Can you hear me very well? Good evening.
Yes, we can hear you. Go
ahead. I want to differ from what Doc said about projecting, giving it in 6 years from now. I don't think it's okay, because if you're talking about 6 years from now, people will go back to status quo. By 6 years from now, this vibe, this energy that the youths have now and all that may not be there again. The old politicians will still be doing their normal thing. So I think this spirit should continue. As it is, we have the likes of fella Drew Toye. Even though I have not met him, I see him on Facebook, the way he talks and all that. We can give them trials. You cannot say we don't trust this person. Who do you trust? You understand? When you don't, you must project someone. Don't say you don't trust this person, you don't trust the other person. You must have to trust somebody. You must start from somewhere. So let us start from somewhere. Fella is there. We can try fella and say, okay, let us rally around him, start pushing him from now, start supporting him from now, giving him every support. And I'm telling you, or even two candidates or three that are like that, and start pushing them. I'm telling you, if the NSAS protest, if we come out with that energy to support maybe two candidates, and at the end of the one emerges and we support that person, it's a better idea. Let's forget about this 6 years thing. Let us start now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can I have engineer Victor, please join the conversation. You have the floor, please.
Okay, good evening, everybody. I've been listening to the opinion of other persons. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Okay, I want to support the motion that we start whatever we want to do right from now. Because a lot of problems that we have to fight the demonic system that is ruling Nigeria. Let us start it now. Whatever it's going to take, everybody have the energy now. Everybody is serious. Everyone is looking forward to have this to an end. this is the right time we should have it done. And it's not just about only the national level we are concerned. We should take our subjects to grassroots. We should go to our localities, because I'm seeing the names of the persons I'm seeing here. I can see all over the country the names, not just a tribal, one tribe side. So we all have to sit and look for the best way. Yeah, the best way to walk down to our locality, convincing people about this, our project and our mission. Because if we take our hands away from the wheel now, we are going to miss it. If we take more than a year out of our seriousness, my dear, we are going to miss it. We can't get it back again. This is the time for all of us to sit together and plan all the logistics, do it now. We can't do it again. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Many guys up, all heated to join this conversation. Let me allow Aduonye Iwa. Forgive me.
Yes.
Aduonye
Warimi.
Thank you. Okay,
yes,
awesome.
I want
Sounds
to...
like a Joseph.
Okay, my own take.
Go ahead.
Forming a new political party is a good idea. But I want us to look at the last elections. The last election that brought Buhari and co. In the presidential election, there were 3 candidates after Buhari, whether Atiku. There was a third runner-up. I think that was a PDD or P something. There was a third runner-up. And that guy, I saw him, he was also, I think he's based abroad. I saw him campaigning in, whether New York or something like that for this NSAS. I think we need to look at those kind of people, because in the last elections, we had people like Fela, we had people like the Omowel Shawari, we had other, because if you want to choose candidates, first of all, we need to choose candidates that have run businesses. They have run things, they have results. We need to choose people that have results. We've seen their track record, not just, we just come and gather and go. No, people that have results, that have worked, they have in a system. There are people that we can choose from there. And beyond political party, for me, when the last of Fela and others contested, they didn't have a grassroots. They're also called grassroots. We have 774 local government area in Nigeria. So we need to also expand ourselves into all the grassroots, because the people that are going to really vote, they are not people that are online, that have data, or they have Android phone. No, they are local people in the village, our mothers, our brothers that have not gone to school, the people that they so tag hoodlums. So we need to, it's a long process. So in the national angle, let's look at people that have tried it before, people that have track record. Then we can decide to float a political party, but floating a political party is not the real thing, because in every state, in every place, there are parties that are strong, and there is a third force. For instance, maybe in Bayelsa, they could have APC, PDP, then they have another party that is just like a third that is just coming. So we need to find a way to harmonize all those systems. But our main concern should be to get influence in the grassroots. We have to have a way of doing things that this grassroots will see, that will see. Because we need to get to the grass, because those people are the real people that are voting, not people that are in Lekki or people that are in Lagos or Abuja, just like that. But that's my own contribution. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think it makes sense. We should look at those that have already stepped out. At least they put their head out already. I've heard from Emmanuel Ochi, I've heard from Felix before. Felix, did you speak before? I don't want us to repeat people's speakers. Let's try and open it up. There's a democracy. This is open for everybody to contribute. So if we feel like no other person wants to say anything, then we can go back to people that were here before. For those of you wondering about our WhatsApp link, we'll post it in the chat room so that people can follow the WhatsApp link and register to be members officially. Felix Chuku, I don't think I've heard from you. If I haven't heard from you, Felix, go ahead, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Is Felix there?
Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity. I think everyone has really shared very interesting views. I think it's kind of swayed now to the point of, should it be done now or should it be done later? It's yes and no. it was yes and yes really for both options, because if we really want to build something that will be sustained over time, let's not look at it from the angle of APC where, they just broke up and started something. The main guys there came from PDP. There was already a structure. There was already decade long of experience and all that. So it didn't take long for them to settle in and get down to work. But for a new platform such as this, where you're trying to build something, you're trying to build a unique identity, you're trying to carve out something new, in its way. I think that there has to be some differential quality, in who we are, what we want, how we want to get there, and how we want to win. And I don't think that's something you can, crush together in 2 years or something. We might just, get to that point, and then if it doesn't work, we feel deflated. But if we have a long-term plan and say, okay, by 2035, this is where we want to be, okay, and peg it there, and say in 2025, okay, this in 36 states, we should have at least 10 to 15. Why? Because then we would have carved out, mapped out all youths into our system, north, south, east, and west, put them in, and then would have also built grassroots system, would have created disruptions in the existing structure, with the market woman, with the conductor, with the bus driver. They will know who we are, what we stand for, and that's not something you can build easily, because unfortunately corruption runs deep. Okay, it's woven its way into almost every life and lifestyle. So you have to create that identity and unmask that new Nigerian personality that we're trying to set out. And yes, of course, there are people out there that already have some of these potentials based on what we've seen. Okay, they may not necessarily be ultra perfect, but they have shown some capacity here and there. And I heard someone mention Fela Durotoye and all that. There are some like that we can also try to push forward. But let's not also forget that as we are running these things, we are also crossing, the existing platforms to recognize that something is happening. And if they detect that early enough, the first thing they want to do is find ways to subdue that rise. That's why we also have to be creative and wise on how we want to grow, so that we don't shoot out like most of them did with their parties and all that stuff. And then, we can't raise enough momentum to rise. Okay, I think one of the things we missed, maybe not by much, but I think we still missed during the initial struggle, was sustaining that momentum and converting it into, a platform of, real purpose and potential, which I'm also thankful, because I think this is what this current platform is trying to do. So yeah, first then to the original question, the party thing. Sorry, I'm taking too long. Yeah, the third party I think is important for so many reasons. But I also think that we should have, first of all, a platform that defines us, okay, and then facets of that platform of which the party will be part of it, okay, because before people start to know you as a party, they should know you as someone that solves their problems, someone that knows that, okay, this thing I'm going through actually exists, not someone that they feel like, oh, when we vote for you, you go there and then disappear, which is what we have all experienced over time. We will not be the first that someone has come to meet and say, oh, vote on me, I'll do this road in your area. We will not be the first. So how are we going to tell somebody else and say, okay, this is what we're going to do? Okay, so I think in that light, okay, let me just run it up, because I think others are going to say. In that light, I think we need to put proper definitions and trajectories on how we want to get there. So when you put all this together, you can see that it's not a 2-year plan, it's a long-term plan, but there are certain milestones that we can carve out for 2023 and beyond. But let's also have a long-term mindset. Otherwise, if we push everything and say, okay, 2023, we'll run and try and get presidency or state and this and that, and we don't have all the structure and all the resource, to compete, we may feel deflated and lose morale and all that stuff. But when it's a long-term plan, I think we can achieve these things. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate. I think that it is important that the reason, and I'm happy you highlighted the reason for this platform, is to keep the engagement going. You know, momentum could have dropped after the NSAS was, you know, dispersed the way it was, but we are trying to engage and keep it going. We have a long journey ahead of us towards a better Nigeria, and we must all never give up. We must continue to engage. We owe it to our children's children, and we owe it to ourselves, because I live here, so I'm not the responsibility I've taken that I want to make my Nigeria work. I have some people that have raised their hands. If you've raised your hand, I can't see the hand anymore. Something happened. I can't see the person's hand anymore. So do we have other contributions towards this? Or do we believe that in the conversation we had in this group, we said this is not a political party. So here, youth movement is not a political party. Our goal is not to become a political party. Our goal is to increase awareness, the political awareness of people from 15 years to 45, because the 15-year-old person today can vote by 2023. So let's start engaging those 15-year-olds around us. Let's start engaging our neighbors and environment. Let's bring them into this group. Let us all have this conversation on a regular basis and engage one another in intellectual conversation. We don't always have to agree. Believe me, I do not agree with everything that has been said, but I hear you, and I think that's where it starts from. We must listen to one another. We must hear ourselves out. We must learn to agree to disagree and compromise towards the greater goal. The greater goal is that we would have a successful country, a country that works, a country that the system works. If you have a judiciary, if you seek justice, you will get it from the judiciary. If you seek health from the health system, if you want education, you will get it. If you want research, you will get it. A Nigeria that works requires effort from all of us. Emmanuel Oche wants to come again. I can also allow, I think it's Tracy. She indicated she wanted to come again. So Emmanuel, go ahead, please.
Still wants to say something.
Thank you for the opportunity again. I just want to quickly say that we shouldn't underestimate the protest, the NSAS protest that started, which although it had met some challenges along the way.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. We shouldn't. Can you hear me now?
I know this face. I don't know. I can't place it.
Okay.
We can hear him. We are hearing you.
I'm saying we shouldn't underestimate the NSAS movement, although it had met some challenges along the way. In fact, it is this NSAS movement that is giving birth to some of these conversations that are happening right now. And what we are looking at is that we are able to, instead of protesting in the streets, we are able to properly capture the idea, the original idea of a better Nigeria, which was what the NSAS movement was all about. And trust me, a lot of Nigerians are involved in this. A lot of even overseas. I'm based here in South Africa, and this whole thing, all the Nigerians in South Africa, they're into it. You know, you could see all kinds of protests that was happening, even in the UK, in the US. There's everybody's involved. So we mustn't underestimate the mindset of Nigerian youths. Not only Nigerian youths, a lot of Nigerians, they actually want a better Nigeria. That is why we don't have to, as much as we must have a long-term plan, we must have longevity. We need to start immediately, you know, in order to keep the fire burning. We need to be able to define. We need to define everything. I like the short term, the middle term, and the long term goals of this movement, which is so brilliant. I've read about it, and I'm thinking that what we need to do is to begin to engage with young people one-to-one, wherever we are, because guess what? We need to be legitimate for you to be able to have a presence in many establishments, whether in schools, wherever we need to go. We need to begin to educate people about what a better Nigeria could be like. We need to have a picture of what the better Nigeria looks like, which we have to begin to show to everybody. Nigeria can be like this. Nigeria can be like this all over the world, both in Europe, in America, in Australia, in Africa. When everybody begins to see the better Nigeria, how it looks like, the picture of the better Nigeria, and then it is much easier to carry people along that way. That is why I was saying we develop a white paper. The white paper is not necessarily just a paper. It contains all the details of what the new
Funny
Nigeria.
enough, we already have it online. We already have we're putting it together, and we're still working with people to put it more together. We already have the our vision, our mission, what our core values are, what we want to push, what we want to achieve, our goals. We've already written, that's already been prepared.
Okay, that is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. I just wanted to correct something quickly.
And definitely, I want you to join. I want you to join. You can also contribute.
Yeah, I want to quickly correct something. I'll be happy to contribute to that. I like to correct something about someone somewhere mentioned something about we're here to end Nigeria, something like that. I don't. That one is totally. That was a wrong statement to make. Is very disrespectful to all the people that are on this platform, that are watching and participating in this meeting from all around the world. That is not our goal. Our goal is to have a better Nigeria. And to be honest, it is a big responsibility that is that we are having in our hands right now, in order to restructure Nigeria. So talking about ending Nigeria, that guy that mentioned that thing, I think he should retract that statement, because there are a lot of people that are watching participating in this conversation. I don't think it's the right thing to say right now. I'm not judging him, but I'm just saying that it is good that we have respect for all the other people that are on the platform. You know, when you come online, know that there are people here who are professionals, and the people who have been there. You know, we want something that is workable, something that is sustainable, something that will not lead to crisis. We're not about violence. We want peace. We want legitimacy. We want to do things according to law. I understand it's very difficult in Nigeria, you know, but you see, when you have a lot of people, just like we saw in the EndSARS protest, when you have a lot of people, 70 million people, 100 million, 150 million people saying one thing, that becomes power, you know? So what we are trying to do right now, because imagine if we're able to educate the young people about the better Nigeria, all the young people across Nigeria, they're able to know, even overseas, you know, people will travel from overseas and come to Nigeria to come and during election to come and vote for the better Nigeria. If they can find, if they can understand, if they can have clarity as to what this represents. And we need to start right away. We cannot delay. If we delay it, then it's as good as we're not going to achieve anything. Yes, it's a long-term plan, but there are things that we're going to do in the short term. There are things we're going to do in the middle term. About political party, I just want to quickly say something. Earlier on in South Africa, we had just two powerful, strong political parties, which is the African National Congress and the Democratic Alliance. Those were the only two big parties in South Africa. And just like you have in the US, where you have the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. So it was just between those two political parties. All the other smaller parties didn't mean anything. There came the Economic Freedom Fighters Party, you know, and it grew. It didn't become very big initially, but it started growing because they had clarity of what they were fighting for. You know, the ideology, the value, you know, and it was not necessarily a new the leader of the party is not necessarily a new kid on the block. It's the same from one of the parties. You know, like we've been mentioning about other young Nigerians who contested in the previous presidential election. Some of them are overseas. Some of them are in Nigeria. Fela is in Nigeria. You know, Kingsley was very brilliant. I thought. You know, there's a couple of people that, yes, we know that it's difficult.
Yeah, I enjoyed Kingsley Moghalu. I enjoyed him.
For me, it was amazing. For me, that was a presidential candidate for me. You know, so that is what this platform represents. You know, we want the best of the best to represent us. We don't really care about
rally around the person.
Yeah, we rally around the person, and it doesn't have to come from one party. You understand? We can have 2, 3 existing parties that are solid, which we have to rally around them, so that in the immediate term we can have impact. You know, because they've already been there, they've contested, they have experience, they know what it is. So we can help them out in the grassroots level, and even overseas. You know, but we have to take it together from the EndSARS movement mentality, you know, of having a better Nigeria, because everybody is into that. Everybody is into that. Even in the North, there's a lot of people that are tired of suffering. In the northern Nigeria, there are a lot of youths that are tired of suffering. In the South, in the East, people are tired of suffering, pain and frustration, bad roads, no electricity, crime, and all sorts of things that's happening in Nigeria. Poverty, you know, no hospitals that are world class. People are really suffering and they're dying because of that. They keyed into the EndSARS movement, not only just because of the killing of young people, but because of the suffering. So if we can capitalize on, it's still the same process of EndSARS movement.
Thank you so much, Ivan. I appreciate your passion, and I believe that this conversation will continue going up every day. I want us to run off at 8:30, so we have about 3 minutes left, and I want to really drop this message to everybody. For every one of you that have joined us on Zoom, or you're joining us on Facebook, please go to Facebook. I've dropped the links for you to register. All the links, I just dropped it in the comment on Facebook. So go to the Facebook video and check the comments there. The comments there would give you all the details on how to register. Like I said, this is ongoing. We have a long way to go. This is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And we are on this journey for our future, on this journey for our children and our children's children. And it's a journey that we all must be dedicated to. I want to see every one of you here tomorrow. And in the minimum, bring in one more person who is passionate about Nigeria and willing to contribute. I'll take one last comment from Odunye. I just really want us to round off, but I'll just take this last because I really don't want to seem like I let anyone behind. We have just 2 more minutes, so keep it short.
What's the name of the group you're supposed to go and get the WhatsApp group or something like that? What's the name of the group?
Steve, just go to Stephen Akitayo's Facebook page.
Okay, Stephen Akitayo's Facebook page.
We need this video.
Okay.
Yes, go to his Facebook page. On the video, you will see the comments. The comment is there on how to join the group. I put the comment on how to join all the groups, all the links to register. The Facebook group is New Nigeria HQ. If you go to New Nigeria HQ on Facebook, New Nigeria HQ on Facebook, you will see all the details. That's the Facebook page, and it's also a Facebook group, New Nigeria HQ. Thank you all so much for your time. Thank you for your contribution. Please don't let the conversation end here. Share this link with your friends and always engage your friends on political discussions, not towards inciting violence or division. Our goal is to unite and bring Nigeria into a country that works, that we are proud of. So that's our journey, and we must focus that. Let's not get distracted. Let nobody use ethnicity to distract us. Nobody's use tribalism to distract us. Let our conversations be clear. Let our goals be consistent. What we want to achieve is a Nigeria that works, and unity is the best way to achieve it. Peace is the best way to achieve it. And so let's continue doing the good work doing by engaging on a daily basis. Shout out to the team behind the scene. Eric, thank you. Everybody that has been working, Deep Ball, the Inner Circle, Of course, Dr. Stephen Akitayo, thank you for putting this platform together. It's my honor to serve and moderate this session for today. I'm bowing out right now. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Hello. Is the meeting over? Hello.
I think the meeting is. I think the meeting is over.
Yes. Yeah, it ended 8:30 p.m. Can you hear me?
All right, all right.
The meeting is over.
The meeting is ended.
At exactly 8:40.
It's over.
All right. Good night.
Bye.
Tomorrow, we'll convert to.
Hello? Hello? It's so
Hello?
able to speak to me.
Hello?
Yeah. All right. This meeting is over.
The meeting is over.
Yeah, please. Thank you. Yeah.
Which kind of rubbish is this?
Hello, everybody. Is TMO here?
Yes, hold on. Let's see.
Okay, is Stanley Uday. Stanley Uday, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, can you please brief me what happened?
Can you hear me?
Can you please brief me where she left off?
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear. I can hear you.
All right. The conversation was about how to build on the achievements that was already made from the NSAS movement. There were two ideologies that were put under consideration. The first was if there is a need to create a third force, like a third political party, on which the youths that are having this vision of a new Nigeria could stand on and contest with the old ideas or the old system that has been on ground. Some other persons felt that that might not be very easy. Hence, we are looking at getting a coalition, a mobilization of people of like minds, people who have this passion for a new Nigeria. And one of the contributors emphasized the need for us to have a white paper. The white paper seems to be a document that reflects our ideals, a document that reflects our desires, our dreams, and our aspirations. And then some other persons emphasize that this is not going to come easy because politicking has to do with structure. And if you're going to make any reasonable impact or win, then you need to have structure both at the grassroots and at the top as well. So the need for us to do a lot of sensitization at the grassroots level and for people who don't even have access to it, for people who are out there in the villages and suburbs, reach out to them and let them understand the need for us to embrace a new Nigeria and for us to fight for one. So that's what the meeting was, all about. That's what it was all about. And everybody couldn't speak, but I just give you a summary of everything that was discussed. And by tomorrow, we'll continue from where we start until we get to a reasonable conclusion.
Okay. Thank you very much for that briefing.
Yeah.
The session ended at 8:30, right?
Yes, 8:30 is ending. I think it starts by 7.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. So
You're welcome.
we're going to continue tomorrow the discussions tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yes, with the same link.
Yeah, with the same link. Hope you have registered.
Yeah.
Hope you have filled the form.
I'm not. I'm not sure how to do that. Even a lot more is going to
I'll send the link. I'll send the link to the chat group now. For those of us that are here to fill the form, please let us do. For those of us that have not joined any of our social media handles, that is the WhatsApp, the Telegram.
Okay. I don't know about the WhatsApp. If you can send a link to the WhatsApp too.
Okay, I'll even send here right here on the chat group on Zoom.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yes, I have done that.
I've seen it from there. Thank you very much.
Let's make use of the opportunity. So we're going to be signing out. For those of our followers on Facebook, check the comment section. You will see all the links for joining town hall meetings, for filling the form, and our Facebook group. Thanks for the time out today. See you all tomorrow. Wish you success and more wins in your endeavor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless you.
That's our offering for tonight.
All right, thanks.
Hello, everybody.
All right. But I'm seeing so many groups here. Is there any particular one, or I won't join any one of the groups I'm seeing here?
Yes, we have those handles depending on what, depending on your life. Facebook, WhatsApp, Telegram. Okay, thank you. Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night. All right.
Well, I'd much sooner be, I said this last night, I'd much sooner be buying than the president.